So students, this is a glass prism. So let me place this glass prism in your book. So our first step in this activities is given that using a whiteboard and taking a white sheet on that whiteboard, you have to first place the triangular glass prism. Then after placing the glass prism, you have to draw its outline with the help of pencil. Then in the next step, you have to draw a straight line PE, which will be inclined to one of the refracting surface, that is AB. Then now in this point you have to take, in this line PE, you have to take another point Q, and taking this point you have to fix two pins on the point P and Q. So after placing these pins, you have to look from the other edge of the prism, that is from this side, from the opposite side AC. So through AC, if you observe, you will see some pins get refracted inside this glass prism. So by looking the refraction of these pins, you have to place the pins on the other side of AB. And name these 2 points as R and S. Then after placing the pins, you have to remove the glass prism and the pins. Now you have to join the line P and Q to the refracting surface AB. You can see that PQ will meet at E. In the similar way, you have to join RS to meet the refracting surface AC. This refracting surface will meet the EC at point F. So from here we can infer that when light ray falls on a surface, the ray that enters from rarer medium to denser medium, that is incident ray, and after striking the surface it gets refracted back. So here EF is the refracted ray. After making a refracted ray, the light ray will move from denser to rarer medium. So while moving out from denser to rarer medium, it will undergo refraction, you can say. It will make a ray parallel to the incident ray, and this ray will be the emergent ray. Again, one more thing students, you all can see here, if you all want to find out the angle of incidence and angle of refraction in this figure, you all see that you have to, using a protector, you have to draw a normal N dash, which will become 90 degree to the incident ray. So you will get the angle of incidence between the normal ray and the incident ray. Similarly, you will get a what is called angle of refraction between the normal ray and the refracted ray. So after getting the angle of incidence and angle of refraction, if you extend the emergent ray towards the incident ray, that means from one side you have to extend the incident ray and from other side you have to extend the emergent ray. You can see both the rays will come at meet and one point. So that point is known as the ray of deviation, means the ray which is formed by extending the emergent ray up to the point of incident ray, that ray is known as ray of deviation, and the angle that is formed between these two rays will be called as angle of deviation. So this is all over the activity that I have explained you all today. I hope that by showing this, your concept is a bit clear. I am making you sure that when you come back in school, I will do the activity once more with you. Thank you.